Hello, welcome to Module 7. This module ends October 20th, and Unit 7 is all about creating a community of learners within an inclusive setting, moving beyond managing behavior towards fostering care. I know this lecture may seem like it is an obvious one. However, this is actually one of my favorite topics because one of the things that I've gotten particularly great at is building community in my classroom, or at least trying to put that into our normal culture. So this unit will look at the climate of the classroom can be designed if students are provided an opportunity to build relationships with their peers. Building relationships within an inclusive classroom setting requires perspectives that center and care for others and a mindset that values difference. In other words, students must learn how to see each other as a community of learners, and that's harder said than done. I start my community building at the very beginning of the year, and then we work at this like every day. So I'll reset the classroom norms. We set all the kind of the rules. They're non-negotiables that the school has enforced, but for the most part, my classes operate as a community because this I've found to be very important, a very strategic way of ensuring that students do see themselves as a community of learners. It is not always easy for them to do, but it can be done. It just takes time and it takes process. So for this unit, the objectives are as follows. Hopefully by the end you will know how to initiate the process of creating community within the classroom, methods of including students with varying types of disabilities throughout each process of the learning community, and then approaches to designing the classroom that will ensure inclusive learning through community. Lastly, hopefully you will know the definition and purpose of community within a classroom, approaches to creating a welcoming environment for all learners within inclusive settings, and then inclusive approaches to ensure students with disabilities are part of all the learning processes. And I know that some of you naturally already do these things, but one of the things that improved most of the things I did as an educator far as with building a classroom community was structured or intentional designing in my community or in my classroom community. Like, for example, I very seldomly have behavior problems because one of the things I don't do is manage behaviors. I encourage students to manage their own behaviors and self-regulate by doing kind of a talking through process with them where we negotiate our classroom norms all the time. So by the end of this unit, between classroom discussion is not a part of this one, as your final reading quiz will be added. That would be the only thing that is due in addition to the individual practice for the final project check-in. Your midterms will be added into the grade for those will be added in before the closing of Sunday. But I hope that you really do enjoy this lecture. This one will be particularly like kind of rushed in a sense where there's not enough time to discuss all of the awesome things that each of the articles offer. However, if you do find some time in another month on your day off or something of the sort, you might want to read into the articles because they're actually really good for using a community-based approach to building your classroom. Okay, that wraps up the initial overview for the module, and I hope that you enjoy the lecture.